Some bumblebees. Time for some dotes, shall we? We t- Yeah, happy Sunday, everybody. It's gonna be a not very long stream because we are gonna well, but having a good day. We are going to play some dotes. Before that, I did actually start Where Winds Meet. I didn't actually do much of the story. I just did my character creation. Got myself a good waifu. Um, we might continue that at some point. So yeah, we'll go there. I feel like a lot of games are starting to have these like really robust character creators. Like I feel like that's like market standard now. And it's really cool that you can adjust like literally every part of your face. From the bone, the length, the height, the width, the angle, the rotation. It's kind of wild. And there's also been yeah, Dota needs let me put a filter on this actually. Put a gain -20 on this one. Okay. That way don't have to worry about it coming out. I hope you're all having a good time, a good Sunday, happy Sunday. Happy Super Bowl Sunday. I might have to like start looking at.
Fuzzy Wuzzy.
I feel like Ursa was nerfed very badly, so um, these are more like bans. I guess I could play Spectre. Did Void get buffed? I wonder.
Faceless Void.
Base damage decreased by 3, but agility increased. So technically, it's kind of a buff. Now always applies 1 instance of damage, and slow in addition to per cooldown instances. Okay. Cooldown decreased. Oh wait, he got buffed. Cooldown decreased by quite 5 seconds at all levels. Okay, that's a lame buff, I guess. Bonus damage increase by time lock, especially the early levels. That's actually pretty good. Okay. And then let's see what changes this Slouter has. Strength gain reduce, hollow radius increase, bash duration decrease. So he did get a bit of a nerf here. Let's see who else. I feel like in Turbo, a lot of people play Witch Doctor. Damage decreased. Damage decreased by quite a bit actually. Burst damage does not apply from non-hero units. Okay. Now also affects player control creeps. Okay. What else is there? I feel like I need like a ranged carry. Should I try Clinks? Clinks got nerfed, right? Or at least like fixed. Damage penalty increased. No longer upgraded Iron Scepter. Debuff of Clink's attack increased from 2% to 3%. Infernal Shred. I think this is a very interesting hero. I feel as far as range deeps goes though, people usually just go sniper. I guess gyro is also an option, but he get changed. Base attack speed decreased, but agility gain increased. Not much changes there on gyro's side. And even though he's range, he's not really very range, he's kind of like melee. Because he's just shooting so far away. You know. Banning phase.
Sink a hero before the boat 5 even launches. Remaining.
Oh, I should try Hoodwink, right? All those stupid Hoodwink players. A lot of Hoodwink players, I feel. A lot of people like to play Hoodwink, so... Especially in... Alright. Sniper? Why am I always fighting? I'm always fighting Sniper. And Terrorblade? I go. And Slug. I think Slug is the other one. Slug is super annoying because I can't counter his I can't counter his spells.
Juggernaut. Yes. Yes. Prepare for battle.
Hopefully Tusk has a good game. Tusk is like one of our only hopes. I probably will get Blick this game. So, probably will get Blick this game.
Uh-huh.
30 seconds to battle. I'm betting this one's in the bag.
Of course. A fine idea. Agreed. Yes.
Cast off the lines. We embark for battle.
The tide is upon us.
Ah, so close. If he got a block off there, it might have worked, but he didn't get the block.
Yeah. As you wish. Attack. Stand and fight.
Lich is not fun to play against.
What coward runs? It's an honor. Forward. Okay.
Does his dispersion illusion not go away anymore? Like, huh? Interesting. Don't know how that works anymore nowadays.
With practice comes strength. First blood! At last! Axes and press! Swiftly. Yes. So you say. Your death approaches. As you wish. Yeah. We fight. So you say. Of course. To battle. Yes. The dragon's gaze finds you. We're under attack. Yes. Okay. As you wish.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Yes.
Don't let them dismast you.
Stop pessimistic.
Yes. Uh-huh. Swiftly. Yeah. Down. As you wish. Yes. Already moving. Uh-huh.
Killing spree! Dominating! Double kill!
Yeah.
Dire structures are fortified.
Battle call. We go. Run if you can. At last.
There goes the enemy's bottom tower. There she goes.
A fine idea.
Your middle tower is taking a drubbing. Douse those fires!
Our power increases. kill!
Battle Fury. Very well. It's an honor.
Snowstorms are coming.
Yes. Uh-huh. Very well. Our blade hungers.
Something bad is happening to your top tower. Double kill! Double kill!
We bring our blade. Stand and fight. Bounty. Onward. It's an honor. Yeah. You cannot hide.
What's
Yeah.
this? Dire fortified their structures? The enemy's middle tower was just denied.
Already moving. What power run? The dragon's gate is flying. A fine idea. Our blade answers the call. Forward. Strength is ours. As you wish. Time to die. Our blade hungers. Okay. Stand and fight.
Killing spree! Double kill!
Swiftly now. We'll take that as tribute.
Killing spree!
So you said.
Triple kill!
Sing a shanty for the enemy's top tower.
Yes. Yeah. Agreed. Uh-huh. It's almost time. Yes. 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 Die. The only outcome. Yes. As you wish. The fruits of discipline. The dragon's gate is punished.
Double kill!
Attack! We fight!
Step first. Punch.
Yes! To battle! We bring our blade. Manta style.
Killing spree.
Of course. Now's the time. Swiftly.
Axes pleased.
Yeah. You cannot hide.
Enemy's mid tower down.
Time
Another
to die.
bulwark call.
Yes. Uh-huh.
When did the enemy's top tower fall?
Pay
Your
attention,
bottom
men.
tower is under attack.
We knew this time would come. Yes.
A kingdom.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Rest, little one.
Axes pleased. Double kill. Dire structures are fortified. Mega kill. Axes pleased.
Enemy's bottom tower
We
just
become
healed
more
over.
as one. Time to die. Stand and fight. Yes.
Should help.
The dragon's gate is fire. No retreat. Already moving. We knew this time would come. We go. Agreed. Run if you can. On it.
Yes.
Very well. Okay. Yes.
I are you doing?
Did you notice they're attacking your bottom tower? He lives in a rough neighborhood.
your bottom
Time
tower.
to move.
Do you like sucking bilge water? Your bottom tower is under attack. Your bottom tower has fallen.
Die. We fight.
Yes!
Onward.
Dominating! Axes, please!
A finite.
Killing spree!
Already moving. Agreed.
Wicked sick!
We fight.
The enemy's middle barracks just capsized.
The enemy's middle barracks have fallen.
What power runs?
Structures are fortified.
The enemy's sunrise
tower is under attack. The enemy's bottom barracks That's my kind of group, says Abraham the Sailor. The enemy's middle tower has fallen.
Easy game, easy lives. She didn't do that much damage. Rubik did so much damage. Usually, as usual, I did all the building damage though. Lose. Wow, I saved EXPM as Rubik. Lamau did Rubik on fire. Holy. Oh my gosh. Alright, time for some Genshin. Really quick Genshin. I realize my game is on Genshin when I'm playing Dota. It's okay. It's all good. It's all good. We on Genshin now. Lamaus. Actually, Lamaus. Right, time for to use some condensed resin. I think one thing first though. I do have to check the number of books I have. I believe some of these. Which books should I get this time around? Diligence, probably prosperity. We'll need a couple. I would say I probably need a couple of prosperity. Freedom is definitely freedom and defense and resistance as well. Okay. Yeah, resistance is not looking great. Looking too hot here. Definitely not looking too hot here. Resistance and freedom, I think, are the ones we need to farm. I think the rest I have 200 plus, so I should be okay there. Let's do resistance and freedom. Oh, actually, let's do our artifact runs first as usual. Honestly, I don't even know what artifacts I'm gonna be leveling up. But my guess is this one is gonna be good for Nicole, right? So I'm hoping to get a good version of these ones. Man, giving me flat stats as usual. This is not even a reroll one because it was a 3-line start. Nice. I go defense. Come on, guys. This is not even like salvageable because it's only 3-line start. There are so few 4-line starts that don't roll double crit. I mean, just think about it. Alright, we got one there. Alright. It's barely, it's not decent yet, but it did roll 2 crit as usual. A Nemo damage bonus, goblet, double crit, defense, double defense stats. This one I'm not, doesn't feel too hot. Not feeling too hot, this one. Come on. Alright, crit. We just need one more crit. Then it'll be decent. One more crit for decent. One more crit for decent. Ooh, okay, we got it. Whew. This is actually a good Anemo damage bonus goblet. Very nice. Very nice. Alright. That means they're all ready to do our artifact runs. Let's again put on some comfy music today. No, I wasn't even showing Genshin Lamau. Lamau. There we go. Oh, we can do our usual run today. Very nice. Hey, how do you see? Wait, I have a bold prediction. You know how we got lunar reactions in Noctry? When we get to Celestia, we'll get solar reactions. Solar charge, solar vaporize, solar melt. Like, lunar was all the hydro reactions. Well, not even all of them. Some of the hydro reactions. And then solar will be all the pyro reactions. We get solar, solar vape, solar melt, solar burning. Solar burn sounds actually pretty cool. We should have a reaction called solar burn. Basically getting sunburned. Solar burn. What else is there? Solar virgin. Solar virgin would be wild, actually. What are the pyro reactions? Solar crystallize would be nice too, of course. Solar swirl, I think that's the one. Solar Swirl. One heart. Dawn Yark. Aim Hunt line of enemies. These enemies are the same abilities of Wild Hunt enemies. Blaze Day Hera. Wait a sec, the sun is technically a star, isn't it? So the solar chariot is actually just the sun, because it let back into the sky, and it's right now it's up in the sky. Bro, the sun basically fell onto the chasm, Lamau. That's exactly what happened. You're gonna get solar reactions confirmed. Boom, bum, 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 ba-da-bum.
知恵の頂点よ。はっやふっはっそれ。
Asin somnia flora oh ha XCD brushing A, welcome in Brushy, how you doing? We are actually getting Columbina song. Let's go. Capias bona somnia sabna.
一杯の茶に二つの天心からの旬野菜の湯引きと仙人掌があれば最高。
O Columbula mea splendens venestora asin somnia flora oca la filia lunae neve uma before the to harm negia complexuma oma capias bona somnian saluna capias bona somnia saluna. I'm gonna call it. We got lunar reactions in Not Cry, so in Kanria we're gonna get solar reactions. You're gonna get solar swirl, solar burning, solar burn, solar overload, and solar vape and solar melt. Trust. You're gonna have to pull for solar characters. I've also figured out the solar chariot. Because remember they said the solar chariot fell down and leapt back into the heavens? Well, guess what's up there in the heavens right now? See that? See that? See it? Solar chariot is right there. You see it every day. It's just right there shining. See that solar chariot? Yep, it's the sun. That's the solar chariot, boys. So next time it falls down, we're gonna get solar reactions. Trust. That's what's gonna happen. Solar reactions confirmed. Man, I really hope we get a rerun of Golden Apple this summer. That would be really, really cool. It'll be the perfect time to like I guess reintroduce Alice, not reintroduce Alice, but actually having like in-person Alice and Klee in a summer event in the Golden Apple Archipelago. It'll be wild. It would be even better if they release Alice in the summer patch, although I feel like that was a bit unlikely. But there's still a couple more patches. It could happen. Imagine Nicole gets released, what, 4. What are we now? We're 4.4? Maybe 4.6? And then Alice gets released in the summer patch, 0.8. Dang. That would be nice. Probably won't happen, but I really would like a Golden Apple return. Now that we finally have Alice review, Golden Apple returns to Tevat. Be a nice summer event. And then they can reuse all of these amazing themes again.
大当たりだぜ。
風の神よ、我らを導きたまえ。
My guess is the next standard character that's probably most useful for me is probably Mona. Cause she's Hexarai, right? I'm guessing Mona and Albedo are the only other Hexarai standards. And between the two, my guess is Mona is slightly better. Just because Geo is sus. Unfortunately, the lunar reactions did not save Geo, they just were good for only characters that had lunar reactions. Geo was not saved, unfortunately.
連載出番だ。
This guy's already died. One hit. Coming too good. Also, why are my berries always full? I need to cook. Four hours. Family is beautiful, very good. One of the 6 books said a star descended when Rex Lapis was young. The Vermilion artifact says chariot fell while Rex Lapis was young. Exactly. So the sun fell down and then flew back up into the sky. That's exactly what it is. It's just the sun. The mouse. Let's see. Where did we stop? Did we stop here? No, I think I stopped here. I think we're going here. The solar chariot is right in front of us all along. It's right there. Because we know it's a fake sky. That's not really the sun. It has to be the solar chariot. Confirmed. That's how it leapt back into the heavens. There it is. Basically, the sun fell down upon the chasm. That's a wild sight. Honestly, it may not be the wildest idea. Anka had a big sun. So this could be a similar... The sun up here could be a similar entity. Just like the Dainichi Mikoshi. Fell down equals sunset. Moon sister died during the night. Humsh. Humsh. It fell down. Isn't it called Before the Sun and Moon? Right? There was moon. But also there was sun. Before the sun leapt back into the sky. I don't know where I'm going with this one. Anyway, solar reactions confirmed, guys. New meta confirmed. Time to pull user primos and new solar characters. Also, the new artifact domain is incredibly annoying for me to farm. It takes me like 2 minutes to clear that domain. Because it's... They put the stupid lunar reaction doggles in that artifact domain and it's so rough. It's so rough. My goodness. And they're so tanky, and there are 2 waves of them too. I'm like, this artifact domain should not be this hard. Oh, I forgot another big question. So we don't want 3 moons simultaneously in night sky because bad things happen. You remember that, right? We remember why bad things happen. Weren't there already 3 moons in the sky before? Did a lot of bad things happen? I mean, I guess a lot of bad things did happen, but is this just a superstition, or is there like a real reason why bad things happen? And right, even though there's only 1 moon right now, technically it has Trilune authority up there, so. And I think they did actually change the moon texture in game, which is nice. But I mean, it's kind of a moot point because there aren't any more moons, unfortunately. 2 of them already got destroyed. And their fragments have already scattered. Although you could always create a moon. Like, at the end of the day, moon is just a piece of rock, right? So, the Torre, quote unquote, supposedly recreated a moon barrel, although again, we don't really know how and what he used to do it. My guess is the Torre's shenanigans have yet to be over. There's probably some after effects of the things that he's done to like tamper with the borders that might unleash a more powerful Abyssal Foe. And other shenanigans that he was doing with the moon stuff might have some after effects on Outcry. But my guess is the next couple of like epilogue Archon quests are going to be addressing those points. The Moonlit Forest Bamboo Book. Do I have this book? Did they actually allow me to search books? No, they don't allow me to search books in here. Very sad. Very sad. It's not even in alphabetical order. How am I supposed to tell? Oh wait, there it is. Moonlit Bamboo Forest. Long ago, 3 moons once hung in the sky. The moons were daughters of Pro's song. Long ago, long ago. The moons were daughters of Pros and Song. They navigated the heavens in the silver current, altering once another thrice a month. If the rain was not promptly passed from once, a terrible disaster would occur that very day. Lul. So if they screw up, they were like, wait a sec. Too much gravity in this place. Lul. The original Chinese text is notably different for the latter 2 sentences. Aha. 他们骑着银色的高车巡游，每过一句，便有一位姐妹接替另一位的王位。如是周而下，直至大祸 降临的那一天。Okay. Yeah, so it is a mistranslation, Brushy. It is a mistranslation. It is actually a complete mistranslation. You wanna guess what it actually means in the Chinese? It actually is. They haven't even fixed it. A terrible disaster would occur that very day. 就是当我或者降临的那一天。So the actual Chinese is, I mean, the first one is completely the same. So like, there's no if. If is not there. The translation is they patrol the heavens in a silver chariot, and every cycle one sister will take over as the sovereign seat, as in the sovereign seat. And this cycle throughout the weeks and the seasons would occur every day until the great disaster descended. That is what it meant. There's no if. There's no if something happens, then the great disaster descended. This just it's only he's just saying this cycle of the moon sisters alternating kept going until the great disaster descended. It was not that if they didn't switch fast enough, there would be a great disaster. The English completely mistranslated this. It's actually unforgivable, Lamal. English translation localization team once again proving themselves to be leading everyone astray. Uh-oh. Whoa-oh. Whoa-oh. And in this context, every cycle is, every lunar cycle, so every 30 days. But yeah. Uh-oh. Either way, how did they explain like lunar phases, like full moon, waning, crescent? I don't think they did, right? I don't think there are lunar phases. I misremembered anyways. Wasn't there like the whole point of the lantern, right? The fact that like the reason why the people are so like scared about the eclipse is that the moon's here doesn't have a phase. Have you seen the crescent moon? Have you ever seen the crescent moon in the sky? Never, right? The moons don't have phases. I thought it said you couldn't have multiple moons in the sky simultaneously. From the animation, we saw all three at once when Zibai descended. Yeah, no, it's a mistranslation. It's a complete mistranslation. I don't even think it's like it's not that there's a moon in the sky, but they just took turns sitting on the sovereign seat of the chariot. Essentially, is what the cycle is. I was wrong about the part. Don't worry. Even the English translation was wrong about that part, so I can't blame you. English localization team can't even get it right. So hard being a lore nerd when you're only relying on English translation these days. Not like this. Not like this. The real version is different. Yeah, there's no like there's no condition. Like there's no if something happens then something happens in that sentence. They mistranslated like one of the prepositions in the Chinese, which can also mean like and so this carried on until, essentially, rather than if something then something happens. So that's just a mistranslation on their part. The real translation is that they patrol the heavens, and every cycle, every lunar cycle, one sister would take over as the sovereign on the sovereign seat from the last sister, and this cycle just repeats itself up until the day when the great disaster descended. So how's the last sentence different? There's no if. Yeah, so there's no the cycle repeated itself up until the day the great disaster descended. There's no conditional statement there. it's like an ongoing thing until a time when something else happened. That's what it meant. It's like, and so this happened until this thing happened. So it got mistranslated as the thing that happened before caused the next thing to happen, but that's not what it means in the Chinese. It just means it happened before until this other thing happened. They were very unfortunate circumstance. Honestly, it's like they probably got like ChatGPT to translate for them or something. I don't know. But I feel like if they had someone who actually like looked at the translation, they would have spotted this. Yeah, how can Moon Sister's halo be crescent? That's a good point. That's a good point. They do have crescent shapes. There are crescent like shaped stuff motifs around, so but there is a point though, like you look at the moon, I've never seen this moon in a crescent phase though. So I thought since you said long ago the moon used to be a crescent. Did it? Did it used to get blocked by something? Oh, maybe since you was talking about before the fake sky was in place, maybe. Yeah, I could see that. And the Moon Devourer Frog guy was an ancient myth, right? Right, but the Moon Devourer Frog guy wasn't a crescent phase metaphor, it was a lunar eclipse metaphor. So that's when like there was lunar eclipse is slightly different, right? It's like Tevat's shadow blocks the light from the solar chariot to the moon. So slightly different than the phases. Well, I guess phases are kind of like that too, but you get the point. Phases are more like because the moon is basically not having light shown on it on that side, so you don't see the phases. But because the moon is fake anyway, like, well, I guess the moon now is real. But because the moon is real, the only thing that can be fake then has to be the sun. Aha! Solar chariot in the fake sky confirmed. That's how they explained the real moon phases back then. Yeah, basically, yeah. Moon devouring. Janju. There's like a sinister force eating the moon. Nom nom noms. I guess the phases of the moon does look like someone's eating it. But then he promptly vomits it out the next cycle, so I mean... It would be interesting to see how different cultures explain the phases of the moon, actually. It would be interesting to see how each one differs in how it's interpreted. A lot of cultures have like all these interesting ways to understand like natural phenomena around them.
剣に近い我を守る
天才出番だやっ失礼するぜ
Bro,
お先に
why is everything hitting me?
風の神わいざ勝負知恵の頂点よ
I'm definitely gonna miss Setos on my team once he hits level 90. I wonder if Tevat actually has like the a real sun. I mean, I guess it probably has to be, right? Like for the planet to be inhabitable, there has to be warmth from somewhere. Unless Tevat is like some self-sustaining machine, which it might be, right? There's a lot of story beats that kind of hint at that. That Tevat could have enough have like a strong energy core inside of it that it might not actually need heat from the sun to keep things warm and alive. I think part of why I misremember is not just because, but I just remember that the system didn't want all the lunar powers to be combined into one end, only one person holding that power. I extended the thinking that the moons of the skies too. Oh, yeah. I don't think they were doing. I think they were saying that not so much because I think they were saying like they were concerned about whether Columbina's body or like she could tank all the power basically, right? It turned out to be kind of a non-issue at the end of the day. Like Columbina was like she breathed a bit heavily and that was about it. So they want all three moons in the skies at once. I guess it also would be kind of confusing the people when there were like three moons in the sky. But maybe not that bad. Like, I feel like if a civilization was just taught to live knowing that there were three moons in the sky, it would probably not be a bad thing. I would also think like some of the moons are like different sizes, right, than the others. So there could be some pretty interesting photo opportunities there. There's a concern at the time about Columbina, yeah, but it didn't really like play out too much. Like it was kind of like a whatever point. Yeah, you're concerned, but like, yeah, it actually doesn't matter in the end. So it's just the game making us concerned for like no, just no apparent reason. And the animation showed all three in the night sky. Yeah. And if you think about it, like Jupiter has a bunch of moons, right? So imagine like someone living on Jupiter like would be used to like I don't know like 20 moons in the sky. So it'll be interesting. Like at least on Earth we've only ever seen like one moon, right? And so like that's our idea what the moon looks like. But I bet if there were like people have been used to seeing three moons, like each moon would have like unique features that would allow you to identify which moon is the one you're looking at. Maybe a special festive night. Yeah, I think they call it the Trilunar Syzygy or something. When all the three moons line up. And the fact that the moons can line up, by the way, right? The fact that they can line up means that they have different orbital paths. And if they have different orbital paths, there's a high chance they have different masses and so different sizes. Which makes sense, because their orbits will be different if they have different sizes compared to Tevat. Like, Tevat the planet, not Tevat the continent. So, it would actually make sense from that perspective. Then the smallest moon would probably be the closest, and then the largest moons should be the furthest away. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's how it should work. But I guess it does. Yeah, I think it's either can be like any of them can be in any distance. It just depends on the speed of their orbit. I think the speed it's a combination of both speed and the distance from the diameter of orbit that matters. We see the lunar phases with a real moon in the sky. It means the moon is totally locked and always 180 degrees from the sun for us to see the face of the moon tidally. Yes, but that's assuming that the sun is real. If the sun is fake, it doesn't matter anyway, right? So like if the solar flare is technically fake, then the moon is just giving out light on account of its own light, which I think is actually what's happening. I think the moon is actually giving off its own light because it has its own like moon authority power thing, and I don't actually think the reflection, like the sun's reflection, is what we're seeing on the moon. Or maybe we are, but if the sun is fake, then I think the sun turns off when it's not in the sky at night. No, but like if you think about it, right? Like the sun doesn't have to be real either. So how is the moon bright at night? The moon can just give off its own light, right? And a lunar eclipse can be perfectly explained by something just covering up the moon, like coming up across within the path of the moon's orbit and the Tevat, right? So you could still explain like phases and things like that if you want to explain phases, and you can still explain like the lunar eclipse if just like a solar eclipse would happen, right? If something passed in between the Earth and the Sun. Doesn't matter if you realize the light source regardless, the physics still applies. They have been pretty consistent about the physics. So the moon can still give off its own light. I mean, if the moon truly has some kind of like lunar authority and power, I can believe that it has its own light. I don't think that's like too far of a suspicion.
容赦はしない。
剣に近い。
あくまでもありし栄光よ。それ。やっ。逃がさない。はっと。それ。
And if it really is a reflection of whatever the sun is, or the solar chariot's reflection, that could also work. It would just be more complicated to explain why there aren't any phases. It would be a lot more complicated to explain why there aren't any phases. I do think it is technically possible for it to be normally have no phases if the sun is also real, because it will depend on like the speed of orbits, and as long as they're all in sync, it is technically possible for the moon to keep up and step in such a way that it's always the full moon. But it just might be hard to explain why there are no phases if it's a real sun. If there's not a real sun, then it's I think like it can be pretty explainable why there's no phases. But we agree, since you said moon having phases before, right? I can't recall this one. Moon phases sing to three moons. Three moons were a trio of phases. What about the phases? Nope. The lunar phase within the city shifts twice a month, known as the moment of Siji, which brings new rewards. And this change in lunar phase has been referred to as gears turning. Ah, yes. I think there is some idea of phase going on, but I don't think it's because there's a lot of like moon phase imagery even in Abyss, right? We have waxing phase and waning phase early on, right? I think now we don't have that, but at least in Abyss we had like waxing and waning for a while until like they made Abyss like once a month. Or maybe that actually has a story relevant reason. Like somehow like after they updated Abyss there's no more phases. But we used to have waxing phase and waning phase on Abyss. That's an interesting point. I think there's some idea of phases, but it might be different from what we're accustomed to on Earth, with the phases being crescents. My sense is that the phases of the moon in Tevat are just how the three moons are sort of aligned with each other in the sky, rather than whether the moon is blocked by, or like, you know, partially obscured. So it's probably slightly different in Tevat. And then I don't even know how to say this, but Syzygy is the configuration of at least 3 celestial bodies in a straight line. And the most common Syzygy observed is known as the eclipse, but technically you could have Syzygy of any number of bodies regardless of whether they emit light or not. So as long as 3 bodies, celestial bodies, are in a line and you can observe it in a straight line, which is actually rare, right? It's actually a pretty rare event, because when you have 2 points in space, you can always make a line. But the moment you add a third point, there's only one configuration. Well, I guess there's an infinite number of configurations, but there's typically only like one spot of the orbit where that could happen. Because your path of orbit needs to align with the line that's exactly connecting the 2 other points. I can't find this Sing Chu thing and talking about the phases thing. Maybe. I mean, probably read it in a book somewhere, but I can't find this. Also, Not Quite Team has a bunch of crescent moons. Yeah, like they do use a lot of like crescent imagery around, which is pretty interesting for a Tivat that doesn't actually have a crescent moon. Even the Welkin moon is like has like a crescent thingy to it. Columbina's burst is like a crescent, right? Icon. So definitely interesting. What's up, Boris? We were doing their competition at Iron Tongue DS front door. Oh, interesting. He did have a lot of lore lines though, now that I recall. He also had a couple of anecdotes, right? And like, it could have been teased in one of his anecdotes. He had a lot of anecdotes related to like the book that he was writing and stuff. I can't remember like anything he said in any of those anecdotes, but he had quite a lot of like lines. This has got to be my favorite cozy demon monster. 인자루시. Also, Tsubai confirmed that she was an angel as well, right? Holy, that's lore, bro. I didn't realize that. Maybe I just missed that from somewhere, but Tsubai said that she was an angel who later became like Heaven's envoy or something. That was very interesting. We're getting more angels in Tibet. That's pretty good, I guess. I'm gonna revive all the series at some point, maybe. We got Nicole, we got Tsupai, they came out, and now we got... Yeah, her job title change, yeah. So we now know 2 angels, right? I mean, we know other angels, but like, at least 2 playable angels. 2 confirmed playable angels. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Honestly, like, the cast is kind of diverse now. We have Skirk, who's like literally from like the outside abyss. We have angels now coming in. At some point, we're gonna have the witches, the shades. I mean, we already have the archons. Any archon faction. Oh, also like she basically confirmed Adeptus faction. I think. Don't forget Nuvi. Yeah, we got dragons. Let's go. We got Dragonite. Well, I guess Nuvilet's case, she would be Gyarados, right? Since he does Hydro Pump. Yeah. We have Gyarados. Oh wait, Gyarados isn't Dragon type though. Who's a Water Dragon? I know Palkia is Water Dragon, but Palkia is sort of different. He's like space. Are you using Pokemon terms? Yeah. I would say Nuvilet looks kind of like Gyarados, except that Gyarados is not Dragon type. For some reason, Gyarados is Water Flying. Because apparently it doesn't count as a dragon. The only other Water Dragon I know is Palkia. Bruh, Momento. Momento indeed. Like, I bet the cactus guy we fight has a Pokemon equivalent. The Pipplepan idol guy we fight. I bet that guy has like a Pokemon equivalent for sure. I am a little sad all the Moon Sisters got ditched. Like introduced them so briefly and then like immediately like off them in the next scene after. So me is like, no, why you do this? We need more lore from them, not just for them to say random things about, oh, that's what it's called in the future. We need them to tell us about what the heavenly principles look like. Because I mean, they literally fought the heavenly principles, right? Well, I'm not sure if they fought, but like, yeah, I guess they kind of did fight. You should have told us who the heavenly principles was. If anyone knew, they should have known. They should have also told us what Nibelung looked like. And what he was like when he came back. Yeah, I never understood the whole timeline of their life. So what was their original job? Be the Soulmoon Gods, what Nibelung was, the way people prayed to them, etc, etc. Yeah. We definitely didn't get enough lore out of them than I would have wanted. I mean, I agree, like, they can't fit it all into the Archon quest, maybe, but at least drop some books in there, I don't know, like, drop some scrolls in there, have them, like, record. They spent, like, what, eternity in that area? They should have, like, been keeping a diary or something, you know? Like, I don't know. Just give us something, some lore. I feel like they knew so... Well, think of it this way, though. Since they transferred their powers and memories to Columbina, maybe Columbina knows now, like maybe Columbina knows something more now about their history and heavenly principles and stuff. So that we could still get the lore, hopefully. Nibelung came back, got pissed off, the HB took over the moon and, as a weapon, and brings his sisters to the moon shadow, whatever, outside of time. Yeah, exactly. And since we know heavenly principles is Zhongli, right? So yeah, so basically Zhongli got mad and was like, I'm gonna shoot you off with my big dong and banish you into the nether region. How long were they imprisoned for? It just looked like they were just chilling there when Columbina got there. It was a timeless place, so they were imprisoned for eternity, right? It's a timeless spot. And like, I'm not even sure, like, they even said like time flows backward there. So technically they were imprisoned for no amount of time at all. Like, because time actually flew. Technically, time flows backwards for them, right? So like, they were actually imprisoned for a negative amount of time, or at least 0 seconds. Right, but their internal clock still ticks. Does it though? They didn't age. They didn't seem to have aged. Like, our, like they all look like pretty young. But I guess they didn't freeze in time. But I don't know. They didn't actually say, did they? I don't even think they made references as to how long it was for them, or it felt for them. So, hard to say. But I mean, we can just extrapolate that it's around the time of the war, right, of the funerary flame, and just extrapolate from that. So, nothing about aging Lamau. Imagine they started cutting down verbally from the moment they got locked out. Right, but then there must be a length of time. But then again, there wasn't, right? Like, it's kind of like a time shenanigan thing. It's kind of like a time shenanigan thing, right? Because if you think about it, they could have been there, and then Columbina shows up right away in like a couple minutes. I don't know, like she could have shown up right away. This is why like the writing of the time thing is like it doesn't really make much sense if you really think about it. Because if you really think about it, Columbina had already spread her, power across all of Notcry even before she chose to do that. So it's like, technically, no amount of time passed. Um, the only thing that would change is how much time they feel would have passed. But considering that they all we've heard of is like, oh, that's how they hear about in the future. It's like so the colony free the sisters individually. I think it was at the same time. I think it was at the same time, wasn't it? Like they all faded away. I also don't know where they went though. Like they didn't have like a scene where they showed them. No, they didn't have a scene where they showed them going back to Teva and like reminiscing on memories or anything like that. So would have been nice if we got something like that. And then why didn't sisters all stay together? If doesn't moon turn into crimson yesterday because that moon goddess used the abyss. Oh yeah. She did get turned into. Yeah, actually now that you mention it, there might be more revelations for like what they did after they got freed. Because assumingly when they get free, they will spawn back in their like original time when they were first in prison, and that would be a time when Columbina's not even around, right? So, yeah, they were released in Teba at different points. Might have been the same point or maybe different points. We don't know. But it sounds like they might expand on that at some point in the future. Considering that they were all trapped at the same time though, it's what it sounded like. My guess is they would go back into the same time, but I guess that's not necessary. Not entirely necessary that they would go back at the same time either. But wasn't the wish they said like they wanted to witness Teva once more before we leave or something? So at that point, like once they lost their authority and like gave it to Columbina, I don't know how long they would have lasted, essentially. Maybe the Iridescent Moon like had not much of a choice. Like she spawned into a bad place. She got spawn camped by the abyss, you know. Oh well. But Columbina was also like, I can't warn you, right? Because like that needs to have happened in order for like everybody to figure out what happens. Unless Sana was alone when she came back. It is possible, yeah, that is possible, I think. Like, maybe she got trapped by Abyss on the way back or something. Just like how Dottore trapped Columbina on the way up. Possible. Because the other sister won't allow her to be influenced by the Abyss. Or the other sisters also disappeared before that or something. It could be because she was younger, she lasted slightly longer. Could be. But yeah, but knowing that the Moon Sisters were actually freed sort of changes things a little bit. We knew that they were like punished and sent beyond the sea, but we didn't actually know that they were returned at some point until Columbina's quest. So that's definitely a new piece that we can explore in the future. Like, we don't know what they did in that period after they were released. We do know that one of them was eventually, like, the marrow was passed down to the lineage of the Frostmoon Scions. We know one went into the abyss. Probably promised her hope, something in exchange, as usual, like the Abyss usually does. And we know the Eternal Moon. Yeah, actually, the Eternal Moon was always up in the sky. So Kogetsu, right, was always up in the sky. Oh, went to the world outside the Alukino domain outside of the what was the other one? The other one didn't go anywhere. It was actually still with was it Arya? Was her name? Or was it Canon? Who was the oldest one? It was Canon. Yeah, it was still with Canon at the time when Columbina met them. So that's why the Tori says, "Oh, there's a moon missing. I have to create a new one." It's because Canon never let go of the marrow. She had kept it with her the entire time. And that's why I think they said things about like the Frost Moon being the only one that was still around, right? So we're still basically up in the Frost Moon. Hadn't been reduced to a marrow yet. You have to always get time travel. Whatever you do in the past always end up in the same result in the future. Yeah, something. I feel like they haven't done multiverse thing yet, right? They haven't really. And I don't think they should. I feel like the multiverse is probably a bit lame. So I think it's fine to suspend some disbelief in order to get the whole things you can do things in the future that change the past. I think that's still pretty cool overall. They've done the closed loop, I think, even for the Inazuma tree, the Sacred Sakura tree, right? They've done that. What else have they done? There's a closed loop. Irminsul with Wanderer Erasure. That's a closed loop as well. And then this Columbina sequence also a closed loop. Like throughout the story, they'll hint at things that doesn't make sense happening, but later on makes sense when you realize what happened. There were definitely books in game that hinted at it, so maybe that's why Columbina didn't end up preventing the Crimson Moon because it would have happened anyways. Yeah, I think at some point like she realized like it would have had to have happened in order for how do I put it this way? I think the Tory hints at it a little bit as well. Like the Tory like in the final battle was like, you guys would just succumb to your fate, and then Columbina is like, 運命は関係ない. That was like the best line, by the way. 運命は関係ない which can be translated two ways. Screw fate is one way that she could have said it, or it doesn't even matter what fate says, right? Is what she said. And so she basically accepts the fate of the Moon Sisters and says, no, we can still move on regardless. It's very very different from like the Tori, right? Like the idea, like the Tori's idea, like he wants to like defeat Celestia by defying his destiny, and like ascend to like godhood. And Columbina says like, no, that's not the way to do it. Like she accepts her fate and everything that has happened. Like even the fact that the Crimson Moon like gets corrupted and stuff like that, right? She accepts all of that fate and chooses to like sort of like overcome it regardless of that. He also says shades exist outside of the fate's control. Yeah, I think he did say. I don't know whether he said that specifically, but that kind of makes sense to me. Depends on who's the writer of that page, right? But Simulanka gives you a bit of a hint as well, like the whole Durin story quest, right? Like there's like a fated path that if you stray from it, like you can't progress with the Durin story quest. There's someone who had to write that fate out and that story out, and that's kind of like set in stone until the point where Durin himself decides to take fate into his own hands and writes his own story. that is when the point where he becomes the master of his own fate. So I think it's like, I think kind of think that's the point that the authors are trying to get at. Like the point is not to change, go back in time and change what has happened in the past, because what has happened in the past makes you who you are today. But what you can do is take control of what is going on in the future. Yeah. The whole thing I understood from Simon was don't use the same variable name in tevat.exe. Can't name things. Can't name things the same thing because it's the same variable, and there'll be like issues because you change the variable name and now the program is not gonna work. Uh-oh. Whoa. Not like this. I know there's this theory that Tebat is just a computer simulation and all the names are variables. So so that's why you can't name Wanderer like other things. Because all those variable names have already been taken. Lmao. But I think the point of using Durin's name is to overwrite, right? They basically overrode the fate of the old Durin. That's the kind of the point. He's overcoming fate in that way. He's overcoming what was written for him, because what was written for him, the author gladly decided to put the pen in his own hands. That was the whole point of the Anya M. Anders' daughter story quest. Did he overcome it or just skirt around the rules? Well, he didn't overcome it with his own power, right? He had help from like Alice and the fact that his mother gave him blank pages to write and ink and the pen to continue writing. So that's kind of like the foreshadowing there, I think. At some point, we're going to find out the author of Tivat's fate, and see whether we like what he wrote in the future. Alright, I have 200 freedom, so we're gonna do resistance next. It can't be Isrof though, she has the most influence over it. I don't think so. I mean, if I were to guess, it's probably Heavenly Principles. Because he probably would have been the one to set up the cycles and write stuff. So, oh, also, did you see the world formula throwback in that apparently they foreshadowed the world formula back in Asha Town. I thought that was pretty funny. It's just the developers once again using future content. No, you miss it. So I can show you in a bit, but like when you go to the summer area, they actually tease the world formula in there. In one of the puzzle quests. And like the devs love to do this, right? Because they plan things so far in advance that they already know what's coming up like 5 patches ahead. But very for instance, Fontaine. Yeah, you see like they prepare for it so far in advance that like they can add these little like hits in like previous patches and then see if people realize later on that wait a sec, I already saw this somewhere. Yeah, I'd be curious to see what you saw. All these just once again proves that they have had a lot of time to perfect the writing of the story. Like they don't miss stuff, man. Yeah, so if you go to over here, so if you go to like Asha Town over here to the 7-colored statue, you can actually teleport straight to it right here. And what you will realize is that this 7-colored statue is actually exactly the world formula. The shape of the specifically like the shape of the circles that get filled up in the loading bar. But they'll change that stuff though. I think I heard around tomorrow when rewrites happened. I mean, Yansan was Pyro, Columbina was a creepy bird, and now she's a ooh, cute waifu. I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure they would have made changes to the story regardless. It's not like everything's fixed in stone 2 years ago. They still have the option to like change aspects of it, right? To make it like right nicer, like make the story nicer. So, but this is exactly the same loading bar. Yeah, this is the loading bar that Sandro made, exactly, yeah. It's the loading bar that she made. So not the world formula thing that you saw in the Fontaine, but in this one it's the loading bar shape. Which I thought was pretty interesting. It has like it has the exact same like, now that I think about it, right? Like if you look at this loading bar, it kind of reminds me of a chemical compound, right? Doesn't it? Like it's like a chemistry thing. There's like molecules attached together by these bonds, right? So I wonder if this is actually like a molecule. Even the moon lights up perfectly next to it. Yeah, it does. Good point out. Foreshadowing. I think this is a molecule. Wait. There has to be a molecule. What is this? I feel like this is a molecule. What is the molecule of life? Let me see. Could this be glucose? Let's see. Glucose is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, no, glucose is a bit too complicated. There's like 4 more OH groups. I feel like this is a molecule though. I feel like they would have used a real life molecule, an organic molecule compound that this is based off of. Although, if they did, what it does look like is it's mostly a single hydrocarbon with just like one little flip out at the top there. Oh no! Whoops! Hold on, wait a sec. How did I accidentally tell you what? Hold it. Whoops! How do I undo this? Yeah, wait a sec. How to time out stuff. Sorry, Bashi, I must have misclicked or something. Untime out. Okay, wait. Untime out. How did Bashi get timed out? Wait a sec. Okay, does that work? Okay, sorry, Brushy. You should be back. I don't know why. Smudge. Whoops! It deleted all your messages. The tyranny. Wait, why does typing out delete 71 messages? I don't get it. Huh? What? I totally misclicked. I have like these like buttons at the top of every chat message. So if I didn't even left click. I right clicked it and it still worked. That's crazy actually. I actually did a right click. And it still. I was trying to right click your name and I accidentally clicked the timeout button. But anyway, okay, you're back, Brushy. Sorry, what was your last message? I didn't quite read that, or maybe I did read that. But anyway, I think this is a molecule. I wonder if there's a way to change the timeout settings on Twitch. Like, even if I wanted to timeout, I wouldn't like have it delete messages. Like, is there a way to change that? Let me see. Twitch moderation settings. I'm horrible at chem, so I'm on your own. Probably meth? Oh my gosh. Ain't no way. Yeah, I wonder if there's a way to change this setting. Because there are definitely times where I would want to time out people, but not necessarily like delete their messages. That's kind of sad. What? That's kind of sad. Why does Twitch do this? Moderation settings. Auto message, channel protection, show all advanced settings. Phone verification, chat rules. Auto mod, channel protection. Ban the users. Is there a way to change timeout settings? Dang, you wanted to type me out. No, 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 not you. Like, there are some like spammers sometimes in chat. Like, I just want to like warn them not to say certain things or like make bad jokes. Then I only want to like time out for like one message and not all the messages in the last 5 minutes. You know,
どん
like
ちゃん瞬きどんどんちゃんちゃんにひげ洗いふうダメだもっと
change
練習しないと
is there a way to change Twitch timeout to not delete message?
おお
Twitch timeouts inherently delete messages. Oops. It's to restrict users without deleting their messages. Use warn instead of timeout. Oh, okay, okay. Huh, interesting. So maybe it's just warn. To be honest, I never noticed it. Lol, you delete the message and not timeout. Ah, okay, okay. So you just delete the message rather than timing out. Interesting. What does warn do? Have you ever gotten a warn before? I've never actually seen a warn. I wonder how that shows up. Plenty from Min channel? Oh, really? What does warn do? Warn, they must acknowledge before chatting again. Oh, they must acknowledge before chatting again. Okay, so it's like... So if I warn Brushy and I put a message, solar reactions incoming. Brushy has been warned. Do you see the message? I'm just testing this, guys. Brushy has been... Are you able to get back in, or do I have to unwarn you? Let me try again. Unwarn. Oh no. Oh no, this Brushy disappear. Uh-oh. Brushy. Say something. Say something. Not like this. Can I even bring him back? Interesting. Okay, we're still testing this, I guess. Well, for the most part, it doesn't look like he's timed out, so... Brushy is not currently timed out from this channel. Okay, so I think you just have to like click confirm or something and then you can get back in. I don't know. Hopefully that works. World join request Han. Alright. Sorry Han, I don't know you. The moon we share. Did I finish using my resin? Yes, I did. Okay. Now that we are done with resin, we are going... Oh, I want to check my... I do want to check this one actually. Because there's usually like a new one. Witch's Lodge. I wonder if this is the same one or a different one, but this might be the same one. Let's see.
魔女の小屋作りはとてもいい経験になったわ。知っての通り、魔女が持っている敷地は一つだけではない。また新しい場所を選ばないと。簡単な話よ。魔女の小屋を一軒しか持っていなかったら、いつ人がここに迷い込むかなんて分かったものではないでしょ。人々がにぎわうような光景は望んでいないけど、誰も来ないというのも居心地が悪いものなの。何日もかけて用意した誕生日パーティーに誰も来てくれないような気分よ。だからたまに魔女のオーラを感じてもらえるよう領地を広くする必要があるの。
I don't actually remember like which ones I've done and which ones I haven't. I need to check. Because this is a random one, like it doesn't only at random times it. Don't know which ones which dialogues I got already. Oh, looks like I did get this one already. Okay, so I already got this one actually. I already got this dialogue. Whoops. I need to get the third dialogue. I haven't got that one yet. El Keko. Alright, we're back. We're back in business. Damn. Also, there's this one over here. I don't know if you guys saw this, but there's a sculpting puzzle here. Witch's sculpture. Do we know Nicole Kid? I don't think so. And Varka is bit supposedly. Oof. Not like this. That is very sad actually. I'm gonna see if this one has like a dialogue to it after I complete. Sculpted in place in appropriate location. Okay, doesn't look like there's additional dialogue, so we can do this. Alright, what do we got here? Let's see. Zero, so we got clear out these blocks. Is this Minesweeper? I guess it is similar. It's not Minesweeper, but it's like it's like keep or clear the blocks, and like every block needs, like, the number shows you how many blocks are in that row or column, whether you look at it from the top or from the left. So, for example, this one says 3, right? So that means there are 3 blocks in this row, and there are exactly 3 blocks. So that means that these 3 blocks all have to be kept for sure, because there aren't. If you break any more of them, there won't be 3 blocks. And then, for example, this one says there's 2 blocks, right? But there's already 4 blocks here, so we don't know which one of the 2 needs to be kept. We just have to look for other clues. And then this one says 3, and I think there are exactly 3 blocks. So this one has to be kept. This one has to be kept, and the one inside that I can't reach also has to be kept. Let's look from up here. See, it says 0 at the top, so that means there are no blocks in that area. So both of these can be deleted. 1, 2, and 3 can be deleted. Column bean looks like Millie Asher game mode. Kinda, yeah. 0 from the top, so this one needs to be deleted. And then this is 1, so this one is all definitely here. This one stays here. This one's 1, 2, and there's only 1 left, so this one stays here. And this one is also 1, so this one stays here. And it's nice that you can mark the ones that you've confirmed can be kept. This one's 2, so we don't know whether to delete the top or the bottom, so we'll leave it for now. This one is actually 4, so all of this is being kept. 1, 2, 3, all the way to the end is being kept, even though we can't mark those yet. This is the 1, and then 2, we don't know. 3, I think this is 3 as well, so these ones are kept for sure. Let me look at this one, 2. So far 2 are kept. I can't see, the light is too bright. Bruh. The light is too bright. Can't see what number this is. Scam. I need to climb the tree, guys. Hold up. I'm gonna climb the tree to see if I can see the number up there. No, the light is still too bright. Why does it make me not able to... Okay, rotate the statue. Let me rotate it. Oh, okay. That helps a bit, I guess. Maybe not. Okay, let me rotate it. So maybe now I can see clearly. Okay, so there's 3 this way. Okay, so all of these need to be kept. And because I kept this one needs to have 1, this one is a 0, so this one gets deleted. Or you lock and confirm. I only deleted to complete it. No, you can lock to confirm too. It is helpful, the ones that you've already confirmed. So this one gets deleted. There are 2. So that means so that prevents you from accidentally deleting it. You know, which happens. Okay, so there's 2 here and there's 2 here. So this one can be deleted. Oh wait, that's the wrong one. This one can be deleted. Because we already have 2 here. This one has a 3, so we lock this one. This one has a 3 as well, so we lock it. I think this one's also a 3, so we lock both of these. Good thing about deleting wrong one is automatically catches it and reverses it for you. Oh really? I think that's only for the first quest though. I think for the subsequent sculpture ones, it says mistakes made 0 out of 3. So I think the first one didn't have a mistakes made, but I think for this one, you do have to be careful. So this one is locked. This one is 2, and it already has 2. Is it? Oh, maybe I didn't make mistakes after. This one has a mistakes made count, so you can't make too many mistakes, I think. It's 1 and then it's 3. So 3, I think these are all lockable. Lockable. And then 2 this way, I don't know this one though. Let me look at this one. 2 this way, I also can't tell. 1 this way, okay, so this one's deleted then. This one is kept. And I'm guessing one of these ones is the last one to break. Well, this one's 1 though, so this one has to be locked. This one is 1, so it has to be locked. So the only other one that I can possibly break is this one, which is 2, so I delete this one. Computer sculpture has been placed in the appropriate position. Very good, very good. So we got a new statue of this thing being placed here. Very good. I'm just that goated, true. Goated. The goat. Actual goat. Alrighty. There was like a world quest over here, I believe, that we can actually start. Let me take a look here. Oh wait, is there also a oculi here? Maybe it's underground because I don't see it here. Oh no, it's up here. Also, why are not my Lunoculus not showing up? Lunoculus. Get stuck. This one, right? No! Don't let me fall. Yay, we got it. We got it. Investigate, what is this? Duration map of the spirit. Entry is not advised. It's really low about it. Creatures roam the area. Yo, we got a prism chest.
思ってもない収穫だ。
思ってもない収穫だ。This breakable rock? Sure is. Hello, sir. Can you break this one for me? He wasn't strong enough. What? Oh my gosh. Oh, remember the forest cutscenes when Color Venus spread out her Uraki? Where's that damn forest? Forest cutscene we shredded. You know, we've seen forests in the teaser for Lauma too, that's true. Where are the forests? I guess the Abyss must have destroyed them. Oh well. Got scammed there. Got scammed there, I guess. Fight Hilitril, okay. Alright, bro, I need you back up. Did we get it? Alright, we got it, we got it. Yeah, Llama was in the forest too, yeah. We go to that place in the story quest apparently, but we never see it in open world. Sag. Bam! Oh, there's a prism here. That's what this is. Yo, let's go. That's what the prism puzzles refer to, like this thing here. Let's see if there's anything here. Go get it, sir. Oh, it's just another one of these. Okay, I guess we don't really need it anymore. Oh wait, there's this thing. I feel like there's still quite a few things to open though, right? A lot of these investigate stuff. See what else we can light up here. Oh, poor guy. Poor guy there. See if we can get this guy up. I think this is fully lit up. More of these things? Okay, we'll take it. I like how I can just walk around with this little guy. Out of range? Nah, what is this? Come on, mans. More midsummer berries. I thought we were done with these. Yeah, I think this spot has the quest. Investigate. Actually, my the severe danger entry is not advised. Visibility is low due to detect for it while hunt creatures roam the area. Be careful, guys. Wild Hanto. Be careful of the Wild Hanto. Got nothing here, I think. Gotta go to this spot here. I believe. Is it here? I think it was here. More pine amber seeds, we'll take it. Hello, Lightkeeper. Oh no, he's called a Ratnik though. Should I leave him because he called himself a Ratnik? Jelly, are you licking my face again? Your tongue so soft, you're just a little kitty in a hole. There's no jelly here! Where did jelly go? Someone scare her away? Snap out of it. It was never a cat to begin with. Shame, looks like I have to keep going along with this jellyless world. Some medicine in my pockets if you could help me. Rat mention? Ratnik. Lift up, stay still and save your strength. You don't really know how to treat a wound. I just thought I was about to see jelly. See little jelly. Oh, his cat. Staying alive is the only thing you should be focusing on. Jelly left me over 10 years ago. I really miss that soft little ball of fluff. I think they made the emote XDT brushing just for me. Wait, that's an emote? I didn't even realize that's an emote. Because it doesn't come through as an emote on my end. My name is Janice, by the way, and you? Janice. Paimon. Janice, can you walk? If you can, we'll escort you out of here. Is that why you always start at XDT brushing? Let's see what this emote looks like on the 7TV app. Oh, it's like the cat face with the brushy. Very nice, very nice. I'm afraid I have to decline. I know I never repay you for saving my life. I asked you for to travel to Pyramid and request reinforcements. Stay here and continue my investigation. Even in such a serious wound, I'll be fine. Don't worry about me. See you on the sun is already weakened. Someone must keep watch over it. Besides, the poor apprentice is probably still waiting for me, leaving her in hands and Lightkeeper away. Seal on the swamp? What is that? Sinner sealed in the swamp. Oh my gosh, there's a sinner sealed in the swamp? Oh no. A violent individual who once made a pet believer and turned into a monster. Is there another sinner here? Holy cow, wait. Because 5 years ago, he was sealed here by the combined methods of Torchforger and Moonchanter of the Frostmoon Scions. Wait, there's a sinner here? Wait, which other sinners could it be? Wait. Out of the 5 sinners, there's only Rheindotter. There's Rerir, who we know is not here because he's elsewhere. Who else is there? There's Surutarochi, who's out in the universe. So there's only 2 more, right? There's Vedrfolnir, the Wise. Oh no, Vedrfolnir is the visionary guy. It's Hroptatyr the Wise. Okay. Hroptatyr the Wise. So it's either Hroptatyr or Vedrfolnir. Although Vedrfolnir, we've seen him before and he is like the Abyss guy. Who was like the one who sort of founded the Abyss Order or something, right? So if it's related to... Oh. So it's either Hroptatyr or Vedrfolnir is sealed here. So you better keep moving. You just need more restive tasks to attend to. But Jen is your condition. If it's about fixing this, maybe you can help. There's no way we're leaving you here. For some reason I got a feeling you're not making this up. Situation here will be far more dangerous than you imagine. Even so. それでも one question, can we establish a and take Torch Forger and Moonshiner working together to create it in the first place? Torch Forger is probably like the hit of the Lightkeeper at the time, I guess. The seal itself doesn't require any special power. Torch Forger and Moonshiner left the strand behind the 3 stone ceiling pillars. There are total 3 pillars there. If you can channel quality in the location, agency will be restored. Oh, okay. If I agree with the group, can take some serious influence in the monster. At least that's what the handbook says. If you manage to see the thing, I don't know how I will repair you. How about this, my next life jetting? I will come back as house cats for you. We'll keep your fluffiest patches to get better, that's all you want. How can you make jokes about this at a time like this? Important maintenance as a human. Anyway, let's get a move on. You're barely stand. Okay, we'll do the ceiling. You're not wrong. I went along this day, I only get ahead to make it. I'll leave the seal to you. I think better to true. Even if I can't back, I can tell you I'll wait. I still don't know how the fool apprentice is doing. Head out to find him. If everything goes well, we'll figure out a way to help you from there. For now, you two be careful. Have this all tied up in no time. Stay safe. His silhouette almost instantly swallowed by mist. Okay. So we don't really have to start the quest, I guess. We just have to unseal. So we have already done 2 of these seals from exploring this earlier. So that's nice. So we only need 1 more. Holding aim. That's not it. So we just have to find 1 more. My guess is it's over here. Somewhere. Oh, this guy just appeared. Or respawned, I guess. It's a better way to put it. Maybe we just follow the prism until it gets us somewhere. Hi, prism. Yo, we got chest. Easy chest. Adjustable metal barrier, right? Take it. I'm guessing it's this one. It looks like it's opened already. What about these ones though? I see here pine embers. Haven't picked up over here. Oh no, there's a poor guy there. Let's get him up. Yellow. No, some of these guys are still ditch. Gotta restore these guys. And you still ditch? I got you. These guys are still ditch. More laka berries. Very nice. Alright, got these guys up. Where's the last big barrier thing? Ah, it's probably there. Okay, let me get down to that place then. Take that. Missed. Oh dear. No, I missed. Scammed. Wait, what? And now it's horizontal again. Oh, what? Come on, guys. I'm getting trolled by these slimes. Man, did I miss all of them again? Come on. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Finally. Where am I? I'm about here. Oh no, we got chickens again. Oh, but this is actually over here. To turn each sin against the sinner. Very interesting. There's still one more pillar around this area, looks like. Do I just need to hit this? Nope. Out of range. So confused. Oh. My Kurobaki energy keeps dissipating for some reason. Did you see the emote? Yeah, I did. It's definitely is a brushy of teeth. I did see a brushy emote. A true brushy emote indeed. Ooh, this is pretty good. Where is this seal that I'm supposed to investigate? Huh? It keeps bringing me back to this seal, but I can't interact with this thing. Maybe there's another one. I remember like there were other seals in the area, but... Nope, it still says go to this spot. This is the spot, but... Maybe it's just glitched, I need to teleport out. Probably just glitched. As usual, game glitched. Oh look, it says Granny. How you doing, Granny? Ooh. What does this do? Uh... Whoa. Yay! There's more? Very nice. I'm gonna throw hands at that granny. Throwing hands. What did the granny do? Is this Geo? This is Geo, right? I beat me up. Bet that granny got hands. If I do say so myself. If I need Geo, then... I don't have a Geo team right now. Let's create a Geo team. Bro is like creating Geo slimes. What is this? What is this actually? Lamal. I can't see what's going on. There's so much trees. They're stuck in trees. You got 2 chests for that? Dang, son. Oh, you're being generous? Easy. Oh, this is first time victory enemies. That's right. Alright guys, it is 3:30 and so we are gonna watch the Super Bowl. Hope you all have a good one. We'll take care. I'll see you guys next week. Bango bell, yeah, wave. Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave. Let's go, boys. Let's go. And we got the fly pass. We got the fly pass. Let's go. Super Bowl 50 flyover. Coin toss is coming up minutes away on the Super Bowl. Let's go. Let's go. And now we have ads. Why are there so many ads? Come on, guys. The Super Bowl ads, though, are supposedly one of the best. Gotta be the best ads, right? What is this? Man, why do people run betting ads? What is this? What is this? Presented by YouTube TV. What is this? Wait, you're still here? Yeah, we're watching the Super Bowl. That's what I'm saying. Are you gonna leave to go to a pub or something? No, we're watching the Super Bowl from the comfort of our seat right here. Actually, like, the closest thing to a Super Bowl in Genshin is probably the stands over here, right? This is kind of like the bowl, right? Ladies and gentlemen, Seattle Seahawks, Jackson Smith and Jigma, Devin Witherspoon, Brady Russell, Dino Williams, Julian Love, Let's. Look, we even have the best seats in the house, guys. Look, guys, we're watching Super Bowl from the stadium. This is what it looks like on the field, apparently. That's a horrible seat. It's okay, it's okay. We're gonna zoom out a bit so you can see the whole stadium. Nice. Wait, or should I sit? Should I sit on Marvika's seat instead? Marvika should have the best seat, right? Lid Swan. Oh, I can't sit on it though. It doesn't let me sit on it. This is the only seats in the house. Looks like those are the only seats in the house. In the bowl. I guess we'll have to settle with these seats. They're gonna put it in the museum right after Le Mans. Right, quick bathroom break. Oh wait, you're muted, I think? Oh wait, I was muted. I'm not muted now. Alright, first kickoff, let's go. Both been muted for a while, Lamau. Fair catch. Let's go, Darnold. We get first down. We're probably gonna make dinner at around halftime and then come back for the second half. Ooh. Oh! Oh, we are destroying them. What the heck? Very good plays here. Wow, what a shot. What a shot. Wow, we got it. Cooper Cup. He got it. 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 Already on the 18-yard line, 17-yard line. Oh, we're doing really well, guys. It's only the first drive in the first like 2 minutes, and we got some really good completions here. Incomplete. And we're good. Field goal. Bum 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 bum. Oh, taxes! I forgot. Wait, do you have to file taxes in Canada too? Yeah. Interesting. You know how to do it elsewhere? I think most other countries taxes are just automatic. Like you don't have to file it. Government just takes your money every paycheck without you having any say. Well, I do pay income tax. Yeah, but I think most some other places like they will just withhold any tax from you from like every, so there's no way the consumer even has control over like how much they pay at the end. You're in budget and you need to do it manually. Oh, okay, okay. Is there at least tax software that you can use though? So I'll likely get refund because government took too much taxes already. Yeah, same for me actually this year. Patriots are getting the ball. I got a small refund this year. I've never had to pay more taxes at year end. I think I had to pay last year a couple $100, but this year I'm getting a couple $100 back, so it evens out. Yes, it's a software. That's good. What causes you to have a more pay more taxes again? Is it a big bonus? Ooh, we stopped them. You just got a payback recently or a big bonus? I think it's less about I think it's less about the pay bump and more about like Um, because if I make additional income with investments, I have to report my investment income, and those typically incur more taxes. Like if I only had like my job income, I typically won't pay anything. But because I have some investments, like it does factor into the tax that I have to pay back. This year, not so much though. I did have investments, but it got like offset by some mortgage payments. So, and I think they also increased the standard deduction this year, so that helped a lot. I think. Ooh, I didn't consider that. But I did make heavy investments this year. Yeah. The good thing is that I only owe taxes on the investments that I sell, so as long as I don't sell too much in 1 year, I can like keep that in check. I don't know how my refunds went. I see. I didn't sell anything. It depends on how Canada does it. It's a bit maybe it might be different. Because even though if I don't sell, I still have to pay taxes on like dividends, and some like stocks pay dividends and stuff. So, ooh, we got a stack. Beautiful. Second down and long. Beautiful stack. Do you invest all manually or do you have some guidance? I just use the most basic funds and just forget about it. But it is manual. I manually invest in some basic funds. Just in the S&P, pretty much. I think most of my stuff are being auto invested, but I do have a pile of cash that I still manually invest from time to time. But I would say like about most of my investments are automatic. Oh, incomplete. Yeah, mine are automatic too. That's why I asked. Yeah, most of mine is automatic, but I have like just like personal savings that build up over time, and from time to time, like I will use that to buy some manual investments when I feel like it. So I save like most of my income in the automatic, but the remaining income that I use for like everyday expenses, I still end up having some savings after that. So every like couple of months or so, I look at it. I'm like, I should probably invest this sum. Any heavier investing? I think it's fine. Like I think the market is pretty overvalued right now. At least the US one is. I think it's fine having like a bit of a cash pile to like hide things out when things start going south. I don't have any I don't have any investments in bonds, but I do have investments in like money market and like cash type. Ooh, what is this? But for the most part, I think like everybody's been a bit too much doom and gloom, and I'm like, just chill, guys. If it goes down, just buy more. I think what people say is like, as long as you're consistently automatically investing, you'll be in a good spot, rather than trying to time anything. Well, they're using the golden song for Winter Olympics. Pretty nice. All right, our ball again. Managed to stop them that time. Incomplete. Oh, he could have got that though. Could have got that. That's a really good throw. He had his hands on it too. That was a well placed football. Oh, he dodges. Oh man, come on. It's not far enough. He could have got the touchdown. Sam is like, what is going on? Alright, Dixon punting. Okay, I don't even have the T4, so I can't even file anything yet. Never mind. Is the T4 like the income statement? I don't know what form that is. I think over here we call it the W2. They always have to have these code names for the forms for some reason. I think I heard more ads last time combined in the last few years, no joke. I knew SB had tons of ads, not to this extent. I guess it was short enough. I think like in American football there are a lot of like breaks in between the plays. So like basically like, most of it is ads, to be honest. Like it's not just the Super Bowl, it's like all like football games tend to have a lot of like ads just because there are a lot of um in American football it's just like every time there's like a changeover possession in this play, there's typically about 1 to 2 minutes of like ad time that they can run. And it happens very often, so it can feel like there are a lot of ads when you're watching a football game for sure. Although I think we might have lost connection. People are saying the ads suck this year, lol. Well, there she goes. We'll be back again next week, and we'll see you guys. Well, I try to fix this. Take care, guys. Have a good night, and I'll continue watching the Super Bowl. All right, take care, y'all. Actually, let me see if I can raid someone. Hold up. Nah, it doesn't look like anyone's available for rage.